Welcome everyone to another edition of the Simpson Storm Coaches Show. I'm Zach Jevney. Thanks for watching. Today we're joined by head football coach Jim Goglowski. The Storm are coming off a 35-7 loss at Dubuque. With that loss, the Storm dropped to 1-6 overall and 1-4 in conference. Coach Go, thanks for coming again.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Now, you got off to a nice start Saturday against Dubuque, got a nice 50-yard run on the first play, jumped ahead 7-0, and battled real tough in the first half. Talk about some of the positive things in that first half.
Well, I thought we came out really well and established the tempo we wanted to. We ran the ball really well the first couple drives and kind of set the tempo for the game. And eventually, as the game wore on, we had a couple opportunities to maybe kind of put a little distance between ourselves and Dubuque. Possibly add some points and go up maybe 14-0. And we kind of struggled when we got across midfield on their side of the field there in the second quarter. And then ultimately allowed them to get back in the game right before halftime, which is a little bit disappointing. But I felt at halftime that we played well enough for the first 30 minutes. If we could just go back out and try to compete and try to reestablish the run game, we had a chance to take care of it and win the game.
So coming out of halftime, they started with the ball, went down and scored, and then some turnovers and things happened. Talk about what happened in that third quarter.
Well, they received the second half kickoff and went down and scored, which wasn't the end of everything that was going to happen. But ultimately, what happened was we fumbled the ensuing kickoff, and they go back up. I think they went up 21-7, and then we proceeded to turn the ball over again. And then ultimately, the last turnover, which was the interception return for the touchdown, was kind of a backbreaker a little bit. And so, we've just got to figure out ways to get ourselves out of those situations, hang on to the football, not turn it over. And when you're on the road like that, you really can't allow another team that kind of opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Now, you're coming back home this week. How do you prepare for a tough co-team that's been nationally ranked pretty much the whole year, who's coming off a loss, and just to keep a positive attitude moving forward with 3 tough games left?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we talk a lot about our attitude, our effort. That's what we can control. Saturday's behind us. We put it behind us, move forward, get back at it, try to get better, go out and get Co on Saturday, and ultimately Co's not going to feel sorry for us, so we can't feel sorry for ourselves. I think it's important that we come back to practice this week and do a great job preparing for Co and do the best we can to get ready for them. And I think our kids' attitude and effort's been great in terms of playing hard all through 4 quarters and giving us great effort. It's just a matter of us kind of getting out of our own way a little bit, not creating those turnovers or not doing things that are going to hurt ourselves.
So what do you need to do in order to beat Co on Saturday?
Well, I think, again, it goes back to running the football well, trying to keep their offense off the field, keep our defense off the field as much as possible. They've got a very talented quarterback, Brad Boyle. He's a very good player. He does a great job with the football in his hands, not only throwing it but running it as well. Very talented at the receiver positions. I wouldn't say that they are probably the biggest offensive line up front, but they're very effective in what they do as far as keeping people off their quarterback. And ultimately, we've got to figure out a way to move the football on the ground and then use some play-action passes to take some shots downfield and hopefully convert some of those opportunities and kind of keep some drives alive.
Now, one final thing. You had a JV game yesterday where you beat Central. Talk a little bit about how important the JV program is for you guys.
Well, it's been really positive. It really has. This was our 3rd win in a row on the JV level, and I think obviously those guys are the future of our program. And that was the first time we'd beaten Central in a while, and so that was a great kind of a feather in our JV kids' hats to keep playing hard. And the biggest thing that I was excited about for our kids is that I think they were down 26-12 at the beginning of the 4th quarter and found a way to score, get a couple stops, score again, go for 2, and go up 27-26, I think it was, and ultimately then finish it out at the end. And I think for our kids, just that process, that experience of going through the ups and downs of a football game in front of referees and lights and having the concession stand open and all that kind of stuff, I mean, that's a positive experience for those kids and certainly will help them in the long run.
Excellent. Well, thanks again for coming by. Have a good week of practice and good luck on Saturday. Now, the Storm will be playing Co at Buxton Stadium 1 p.m. on Saturday. Thanks again for tuning in to the Simpson College Coaches Show.